Hey folks, so in this video, I wanted to talk about the JOLTS report, and I also just wanted to talk about annual United States IPO activity. So let's just go ahead and start with the IPO activity. So IPO is initial public offering. I'm sure many of you know that. And if we're just looking at the amount of IPOs in 2020 and 2021, we saw 555 companies go public in 2020, 1,073 companies go public in 2021, and in the first 2 quarters of 2022, we only saw a measly 92. So why is this? Well, let's just put on our thinking caps for a second. In 2020 and 2021, there was a lot of stimulus going on. And on top of that, interest rates were dirt low. A lot of these companies, they were able to finance themselves with debt with interest rates of under or close to 1%. So that is very, very significant. They're just paying less interest on the money that they're borrowing. So let's also just think about the market side. So 2020, after the pandemic crash, we saw this massive, massive rally. And, companies that were going public, they saw how well all of these IPOs were doing, and they thought, oh, well, maybe we could join this market. Maybe we could join this bandwagon. So, they decide to go through all the work and they go public, mostly through a SPAC. And, they're getting all of this funding from investors who are basically buying in to their company. So, all of these companies, they start going public. Now, what happens? When all these companies go public, essentially they're getting funding from the markets. So this means that they can expand their business. Before they were public, they were private. So now that they're public and they have all of this cash that came from investors, you and me, now they're going to expand. They're going to purchase more assets. They're going to expand their business. They're going to hire more employees. So this leads to the JOLTS report. Now, the JOLTS report right here, I have, several years of data. This goes all the way back to 2016. And this is basically showing you job openings. So these numbers, this 10.053, this is in millions. So, back here in 2016, we're seeing about 5.757 million job openings. And you can see that for the most part of this duration from 2016 to where we are now, there were about 6 to 8 million job openings during this time. So most of this data is right in between here. Now you can really see right around mid 2021, this number went over 8 million. So, our most recent reading was right around 10 million job openings. Now, this was for August. When we're looking at July, this was 11.23 million job openings. So this number actually went down a little bit. So let me tell you why this is important. I'm going to draw out a scenario for you. So you and me, let's just pretend we own a pizza restaurant. Now, business is booming, and we pay our employees about $15 an hour. Now, there's this guy, his name is Kramer, and he sees how well we're doing, and then he decides to open up shop. So he needs employees, and he puts up this sign. It says, now hiring, paying $16 an hour. Do you guys see what happened? This Kramer guy, he essentially is paying $1 more to his employees over our employees. So now our employees, they're saying, oh, hey, Kramer is paying $16. Let's go over there. And, they go work for him and they're making pizzas over there. Now, well, crap, what does that do for us? Now we don't really have employees. Now some other guy, his name is Tom, and he sees how well the three of us were doing. And now he decides to open up shop and he's paying $17 an hour to his employees. Well, shoot, now there's three of us, and, we're basically losing our employees to Tom, who's paying $17. So now basically we all have to raise our employee wages because Tom is so generous. So now our margins, our margins are hurting and we have to raise the price of pizza. So do you guys see what's going on here? When there are more job openings, it's giving people more options and more negotiating power to ask for a higher salary. So, obviously all the way back here, we're seeing like 5.7 million job openings. Where we are right now, we're seeing 10 million job openings. That's close to double. So you guys can see that the job market right now, everybody is hiring and there's just not enough people to fill all of these positions. And that is accounting for a lot of wage inflation. So we need to see these numbers go significantly down. And then maybe, just maybe, we could start seeing inflation be more meaningful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great one.